Good evening, everybody from Orlando, Florida. My name is Kameyu, and I just want to send this out to all of the world citizens. Just want to address a couple of things, which revolves around this one subject, which is undesirable situations we find ourselves in. Everywhere in the world, we are put into situations that we don't desire to be in. And those situations are based upon things that we do, things that other people do, things that are beyond our control, things of that nature. A lot of the situations that we find ourselves in are because we put ourselves in these situations, or as I've said, somebody else put ourselves in this situation. In this case, we're going to talk about this whole supremacy thing. Okay, I'm not just talking about white supremacy, because I find that not only white people hate black people, or people who are of dark skin pigmentation. For some reason, all around the world, people of dark skin pigmentation are being oppressed. They are being killed. They are being exploited for the material gains of those whose skin are pale or very light. Okay. For some reason, people who don't have skin who looks like mine, or who are darker, for some reason these people have it in their hearts or in their minds that they are superior to people who are of dark skin pigmentation, and that they should rule them, they should oppress them and exploit them. Okay. However, there's a price to pay with this certain mindset that you have. From the videos that I've been watching, from the articles that I've been reading, that's been a large number of suicide rate, large suicide rate, and also the birth rate of those whose skin color are lighter than mine, pale skinned people. Speaking of, their numbers, their birth rates are dwindling at a very fast pace. Okay. And it's not that I hate people who are pale skinned. Okay. And this includes white people, Chinese people, Japanese people, Arab people, people of the Arab nation. It's not that I hate anybody. It's just that I understand universal law. Okay? I understand universal law. I understand the concept of karma and how karma works. I understand how universal law works. Okay? Clearly, you don't. Clearly, you have it in your head that you are exempt from universal law. You are exempt from any law. The laws that you create, you have it in your head that you are exempt from these laws. That these laws are only made for people who you rule. However, there's a wake-up call going on. Suicide rates of people who are classified as Japanese or Chinese and white are going up. Their birth rates, like I stated before, their birth rates are dwindling. Okay? This is because you are committing a great sin against humanity and you are not repenting. I believe that there are scriptures in the Bible that address these occurrences. Okay. God pouring out his wrath upon certain people because of the sins that they're committing, and they are not repenting of these sins. Okay. So you have people committing suicide. You have other people who feel that they have done a great sin to the dark-skinned people of this world, and that they should commit suicide. That they're actually calling for white people to commit suicide. I feel white people. There are white people who feel like they are no good to this earth, and that they should commit suicide. You have people like Jared Taylor who are trying to convince white people that they should not feel guilty for black people's disenchantments. Okay. So, you have these occurrences, and it just goes to show that the laws of the universe and the laws of karma are in effect. Okay? Payback, the recompense of people, pale-skinned people, are being revisited upon them. Okay? This is universal law. This is karma. Nobody's exempt from karma or universal law. Nobody's above universal law. Nobody is above karma. Nobody is above the laws of the Creator. No one. But somehow, especially white people, they have gathered in their heads that, since these people have done these things to themselves, then why can't we do it to them? Why can't we profit off of their lands and their natural resources and their ignorance, their exploitations, and why can't we do this? Why can't we live on their lands? Why can't we exist on their lands? Why can't we survive from exploiting them, from killing them, from taking their natural resources and disenfranchising them from it? Why do we have to pay for something that we had no part in? Well, the thing about that is, the scriptures say that the sins of the father is visited upon the sons and the daughters, or the children, whatever. Okay. Now, your fathers, your forefathers, your ancestors have done this great evil to the people of dark skin pigmentation, and they have profited greatly. They have profited greatly from these crimes against humanity. And you have also profited. I mean, you own companies. You own companies in which, your people are getting rich off people who are classified as non-white. Okay. You have the Ashkenazi and Khazarian Jews at the top with their banks, and you have the English royal families who have profited greatly from excavating. Am I saying that right? From I'll just say taking from the great kings of Africa, the great kings of this land. You have the Vatican who's profiting greatly, and they're dispensing little crumbs out to white people who are classified as white. Everybody's living comfortably off of the pillaging and raping and slavery that has been imposed upon people of dark skin pigmentation. So now you are concerned about your survival, as you should be. You should be concerned. I mean, if my ancestors had to pay for the evil and the sins that we've done to each other, if the Native Americans had to pay for the sins of from the evil that they have done to each other, then why shouldn't you have to pay for the evil and the sins that you have done to not only yourself, because as history has it, white people has been doing a lot of oppressing of each other too. When I say white people, I mean people who are descendants of the Neanderthal Caucasoid people. So people have enslaved people from the beginning of time. They have enslaved people. They have caused wars and raped and pillaged other people's the weaker people's lands. And all of this is about survival. However, when your survival is based on doing evil toward other people, then yes, you do deserve to pay for your sins. So everything that you are experiencing is basically just karma, and I don't feel sorry for you. As as sources have it, white people, their numbers are dwindling to the point where in 100 years, it's possible that they may become obsolete, they may die off. Well, that's karma. That's karma. Universal laws. So I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for I don't even feel sorry for dark skinned pigmentation people. I don't feel sorry for us. I feel sorry for no one. You know, if we put ourselves in these situations, then we should take full responsibility. Okay? We should take full responsibility, and we should accept the recompense of our actions. Plain and simple. So you have these people, these people who are classified as white, trying to convince themselves that they are not that they are exempt and that they are not responsible for what happened to the Native Americans and the blacks. Well, what I say about that is, if that were true, if you were not responsible, then why are all of these things happening to you? Okay? Why is it that white people are becoming so depressed that their birth rates are dropping? Okay? If if the situation you find yourself in was so wrong, and you don't feel that you should pay for what's happening or what has happened to people who are classified as non-white, then why are you going through what you're going through? That's my question. It's apparent, it's obvious that you must have some part in this. It's obvious that what's happening in the white community is righteous and divine, because it's happening. Okay? Nothing happens just out of pure coincidence. Okay? Nothing. It is because it is by divine appointment. Okay? And I believe in divine appointment. I believe in divine payment. I believe in karma. I believe in the laws of the universe. Okay? And I understand that when you breach the laws of the universe, you will pay. Okay? For every cause, there's an effect. For every effect, there's a cause. So you can try to can try to explain away, or you can try to rationalize away your, you know, this, the system of white supremacy and your hatred and your racism. You could try to do that. However, what's always going to stick out is the result, it's the effect. Okay. So I want you all to remember that. I'm talking to those who are classified as white, those who are classified as Arab, those who are classified as Japanese and Chinese. Understand universal law. You clearly have no understanding or no knowledge of universal law if you think that the evil that you do toward people of dark skin pigmentation, if you think that you are not to be paid for that, this is totally, this is irrational. You cannot bring yourself to believe that you are above universal law, because you're not. There's nothing more divine about you than there is divine about the next man. There's nothing so divine about you that you are exempt from universal law. So, let's see. All right. Just checking the time. Sure. So yeah, that's my address to the disenchantment that white people find themselves in. That more people who, I'll call you all mulatto Chinese people, mulatto Japanese, mulatto Arab, mulatto East Indian, mulatto Puerto Rican, mulatto Cuban. Listen, treat your brother man right. Okay? This oligarchy that you all have, because your skin is of a lighter complexion, and you think just because your skin is of a lighter complexion that you have the right to rule over people whose skin color is of a darker complexion. This oligarchy, it needs to stop. Okay. If especially white people, if you don't do anything to if you don't do what is right, I'm going to say this: if you don't do what is right by the Native Americans and by the people who you classify as African Americans, your calculations will come true. Your fears, the very thing that you fear, will come true. Okay? In about 100 years, you'll be totally obsolete, because you're not going to keep on committing crimes and living on stolen land and stealing natural resources from the people who are naturally part of that land, and think that you are going to just live in a comfortable manner. You've done it long enough, and your time is nigh. Yes, your time is nigh. Your time is nigh. and the day of reckoning is upon thee. So, if you don't stop what you're doing, if you don't get off of our lands, if you don't get out of our lands, and if you don't stop your evil and your corruption, your days are numbered. You can try to sweep this under the rug all you want. You can try to explain it away. You can try to rationalize it away. You can't escape universal law. You can't escape karma. Keep on doing us the way that you're doing us, and you are going to find yourself in the land of oblivion. This is true. It's happening now. I believe that the Bible speaks of a people who God is pouring out his wrath upon because of their evil, but they won't repent. They won't turn away from their evil. I believe that those scriptures are talking about you all. So, you better stop doing what you're doing, and I advise you to go back to where you come from. Yeah, go back to where you come from. Go back to Europe. Get off of our lands. Okay? All of you who are in South America, not South America, but South Africa, get out of there. Okay? Get out of there. Go back to Europe. Those of you white people who are here in America, get out of here. Okay? Not only get out, but pay us what you owe us. Okay? Because if you don't, I'm telling you, karma is going to come and get you. Karma is coming for you. And I'm not saying this out of hate. I'm not saying this out of love. I am saying this out of respect for life. Okay? I believe that everyone should have a right to live, should have a right to exist. However, your existence is infringing upon the life, freedom, and property of others, if your existence is an infringement upon people's sanity and upon people's lives, then you don't have a right to be here. Plain and simple. All right. I'm going to end this video, and then I'm going to address another topic that goes along with the same thing, and that's going to be this situation between black men and black women. Undesirable situations that we find ourselves in. This is what I'm talking about. If you don't want to be in an undesired situation, then you should do everything that you can to ensure that you don't get into that situation. And everything that white people, everything that Chinese people and Japanese people, everything that Arab people are experiencing is because of the sins of their ancestors and of their own sins. So keep playing the game. Karma wins all the time. Thank you. Have a good night. Good day, wherever you are in the world. Peace.